Getting diagnosed with ADHD can feel like such a mixed bag. On one hand, it feels good to finally know why you are the way you are. The validation for some of your worst life struggles is such a relief. But then, does that mean you're going to be like this forever? Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel where we maximize your strengths and overcome your shadows to turn ADHD into your secret weapon for success. If you're new here, I'm Nina Raver, entrepreneur, ADHD coach, and someone who knows what it's like to juggle 1,000 brilliant ideas in a mind that won't slow down. Today, I want to talk to you about the earliest thoughts that come up a lot when I'm coaching ambitious professionals who have just been diagnosed with ADHD. When you first find out you have ADHD, there's this wave of relief, right? Like, finally, I know what's been going on. It's in that moment when everything clicks into place and you start to connect the dots to all of your past experiences. But then reality sets in and anger often bubbles up. Like, why didn't anyone figure this out earlier? You start thinking about all the years that you struggled trying to fit into a mold that was never meant for you. And it's frustrating, and it's okay to feel that way. Then, as the anger swell subsides, it often reveals grief. Most of my clients have confronted a profound sadness that comes with realizing you're not normal the way you might have once thought. That's especially true for ambitious high achievers. You worry that you're not going to be able to achieve your dreams. And right away, you start to mourn the person you could have been if only you'd known sooner, or if you didn't have this problem at all. Now, I wish every single person with ADHD had the guidance and support to move past that anger, past the grief, and get to a place of self-acceptance. Acceptance where you can say, this is who I am. I have shadows, I have struggles, and I have strengths. And now that I know, I have a starting point for growth. Because not everyone gets to that on their own. As someone who's been there myself, as someone who's spent half a decade helping dozens of others figure this out the hard way, I'm here to help you skip some of the struggle and start thriving sooner. Now, if you're new here and you're wondering, why should I even listen to you? Go ahead and check out my intro video linked here, or read my bio in the description below. But for everyone else, let's dive right into the 3 hard truths about your freshly diagnosed ADHD and how to make peace with it so that you can unleash your full potential quickly, easily. First, let's talk about what I think might be the hardest pill to swallow. No one understands. For me, frankly, I wish every diagnosis was met with a lively, colorful cognitive difference reveal party with cake and music and some cutesy reveal gimmick that is so over the top that you have to keep the fire department on standby, because it's liberating to finally know what's been going on in your brain. But the people around you, they might not see why there's cause to celebrate. They might just see you as someone making excuses, which is incredibly frustrating, but you have to let it go. Instead of focusing on making others understand your diagnosis or why it's important, focus on understanding yourself. What are your needs? How can you communicate them effectively? Now that you know, how can you meet those needs in a way that works for you? Just remember that your diagnosis is a tool for self-discovery, not a label that you have to defend. Use it to build the life that works best for you, not to convince others to see things your way, because they won't. Now, I'm not a doctor, and I have no conviction one way or the other about how to treat or work with your ADHD. But one thing that I wish everyone knew is that medication is rarely a long-term fix. If you and your doctor decide to take that route, just be aware that it is definitely not a cure-all. But when you first start medication, it can feel like a miracle. Everything's clearer, you're more focused, and life just seems easier. But once that honeymoon phase wears off, you might start to wonder if it's even worth it, and that's okay. You should be working with a doctor, and especially if you're working with a good doctor, they'll expect this and can help you navigate the next steps. But here are my tips for that honeymoon period. In those early days on meds, think of it as a golden opportunity. Use that clarity to understand yourself better, to organize your life, and to figure out what systems and structure works for you so that you can better communicate that to your doctor and so that you can navigate the future together. Remember that life is an adventure for everyone. Yours just happens to come with a few extra detours, maybe some different directions, and that's what makes you interesting. And finally, the 3rd hard truth to swallow, which is also the most empowering, is this: your success or failure is completely up to you. And I know that after a lifetime of people imposing their expectations on you, this can feel like a burden. It doesn't mean that you won't have struggles, unique struggles. You absolutely will. But with self-awareness, with unique tools, and the support that you deserve, you have everything you need to achieve anything you've been dreaming of. Yes, you're wired differently, but that's not a flaw. Embrace it and choose your own adventure. That's everything I wish everyone knew about their fresh diagnosis. The 3 hard truths about living with ADHD. But remember, they don't have to be obstacles. With the right mindset, the right tools, and the right support, they can be your stepping stones to a life that's not just okay, but extraordinary. Now, if you've enjoyed this video, thank you so much. Please give it a thumbs up below to help others just like you and I find their way to these lessons. And for more videos like this, be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell to make sure that you get all of the new content that I release every week. Making people more successful with ADHD is my life. So be sure to check out the description below, where there are other resources and tools that I've built, like Better CEO, the mobile app for small business owners who struggle with productivity due to ADHD. Thank you again for being here. I'm Nina Raver, and wherever you are on your ADHD journey, please know that I am rooting for you. Don't forget to subscribe.